Hello, I am Pam and this is my channel, Made by Pam. Today is February 11th, 2022, Friday, hashtag Friday Sews. What have I been working on this week? Well, I have been working on Simplicity 3514 View A, and I'm just making a size 8.5, which is a plus size for little girls. And I am making that for Project Dress-A-Girl. I have gotten 3 dresses made so far, and I have 3 more dresses cut out, ready to sew up. I have this brown that I am going to pair with this brown bias for one dress. And then I have this pink and purple floral that I am going to, as a bias, I'm either going to pair it with the white with white polka dots, you see that, or this white with hearts. So I'm still deciding which one I want to pair that with. I was hoping I would find one with some floral design, but I didn't. But I have that all cut out, ready to go. And then I have this blue fabric. And this is also a fabric I used last year for a dress. And I still had enough left, so I decided I would make another one. And this one I will be adding sleeves to. The other ones I'm not adding sleeves. So the dresses that I made, now this is the one I just finished, and I have a like a sewing up the dress, kind of like a stitch together type thing. I don't know, sew along. I just put Sewing Simplicity 3514. Just, you know, if someone has questions on how to hide those raw edges, I've gone over how to stitch up so there's no raw edges. I've done a French seam on all the seams, and then this I've just doubled the yoke so that it covers up those raw seams also on this part. So I have that all done, and I've done a self bias, and so sewn that all up. Well, that's the one I just got done with. And then I have 2 others. I have this blue one that I did not add any sleeves to, and I've also just done the bias around everything, and all the raw edges are hidden. And then I have this one, this brown one, and this is the first one I made this week, and I have the brown bias on that. So I have 3 dresses sewn up, 3 more cut out, and I still have a whole bag full of fabric that I have designated to use for dresses. I don't know if I am going to, the other fabrics, if I'm going to use the same pattern, but I might. I just know that I had enough fabric of these other fabrics that the pattern would work out well for those. And so the other fabrics, I might have to choose a different pattern that the pieces are laid out differently, but they will work out great. Alright, so what else have I done this week? Well, that's all the sewing I've gotten done. Join me on Sunday as I do this little sew along. I will have that video ready Sunday, just my little tutorial sew along thing. I have the video all filmed. I just need to finish editing it, and then that will be done. Other than that, not much else to talk about. Life. Well, life, kids are in school, which is great. You know, not much else. So I went on the Dress-A-Girl website, and I wanted to print out I wanted to order some of their Dress-A-Girl labels. And on their website, it says that the labels are not available at the moment, that they're coming soon, but not available. So I was like, okay. So I went onto their, where you can print out their template for the Dress-A-Girl labels. And I tried to do it on my computer. And I tried, and every time I tried, it always just printed out. Let me find the right sheet. It always printed out, small. And I was like, that's not gonna do. It needs to be the right size. It needs to be this size. So this one I printed off on my phone. I screenshot the photo, put it into my, I did some editing on my photo app and cropped the photo. So instead of it being like that or like that, I cropped the photo, because normally it was like this. So I cropped the photo and took all of this extra out. And then last year I printed one of these out on the transfer sheet, and then I couldn't figure out how to mirror it so that I could just iron on the labels, because I did have some fabric transfer paper, and I do have some for dark fabric too, but I couldn't figure out on my phone how to flip it. So I spent like an hour trying today on the computer, and I'd gotten it flipped earlier. Let me find that paper. So I'd gotten it flipped, like this one. It's flipped. And then I couldn't get it to take up the whole page. So I was just like a little setback. So I had gone on so I tried doing that on my computer, and so I went on my phone and did it. So earlier I had printed one off on the Collar Fast Sew In Collar Fast fabric sheet, and I got that from a thrift store, and it works great. I paid, it wasn't a thing with a bunch of different stuff, and so I maybe paid like $3 for this with a bunch of other stuff. And so I have that, and so I printed this one out, but I'm like, and I thought I'd had it set right, and it still printed out small, and I'm like, well, that just doesn't quite cut it. So I got on my phone and I did the cropping and stuff, and I was able to print out actual full page sheet with the cropping. And so I'd already cut some labels out. So I cut off, I have this one, and this is one that I didn't crop, and so I still have this small part, and then I had a section up here that was black, but I'd already cut off a section, so I had, the labels, and so I'd already cut off a section and have these labels, and then I sewed them onto the dress earlier. and just did a little zigzag stitch. So I have Dress-A-Girl labels sewn on. So I have a couple of sheets. So if any of you need a label, a couple of labels, and you can't, and you're doing sewing now for the project Dress-A-Girl, and you just can't quite get them ordered off of their website, and you need some labels, I have over 50 labels, so I'd be more than happy to share. Just let me know. You can always message me in there, and you can also send me a direct message on Instagram, and we can exchange information that way, and then I can get you some labels, because I can cut some up. Then all you'd have to do is, once you get them, you would just take off the paper backing off of the back, because it is sticky. So this isn't sticky itself, but this is sticky, and that's just so that the labels could be printed off. And so if you need any labels, just let me know. I can go ahead and send you some, since they're not available on their website yet. Alright. Well, thank you guys all so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you. Stay creative. Bye. So these dresses are for Project Dress-A-Girl. Mari from Mari Sews is hosting that again this year,